What is up, YouTube? Today I'm just going to show you how to plug a tire when you're in a pinch. So as you can see, I've already popped my tire off. Normally you wouldn't be at this state when you get started, but I'm going to pop your tire off and I'll show you what I keep in my trunk for if I had to do this on the roadside, because my car doesn't have a spare tire. And you could do this on the car, but I'm at home, so I might as well do it with the tire off. It's a lot easier. But in a pinch, I could do this if I had to on the side of the road. So let's get into it. So first thing you want to do is grab some sort of pair of pliers and remove whatever has punctured your tire. This little piece of metal was what was poked into my tire. Right there. It looks like a slit, but it wasn't. It was just a little bit of this, and this was poking in it sideways. So this is fine to patch. It doesn't look pretty, but it'll work fine. So in this case, I've used my pair of pliers and I yanked out the puncture, and then in my trusty little car toolkit, got some plugs. As you can see, I've done this a few times. And this tool, and this tool. And these are always in the trunk of my car, along with the torque wrench, which is a little excessive, but I store it in my car. That ratchet, also a little excessive, but stores in my car. And my anti-marring socket with extension. That way, God forbid, I need to take my wheel off on the side of the road, I'm all right. Although I don't have a jack, so not really sure how that would work. Anyway, let's plug a tire. The first thing you want to do, this is not going to be the easiest thing with the cameraman. In fact, I'm not even sure I'm going to be able to do it. You're going to take your abrasive tool and you're going to fight that guy down in there. So we've driven this tool down in the hole. And what you want to do at this point is you're just going to drag this guy in and out for a while. It's still a really tight hole, which is a good thing. That means it's going to seal well. But you're going to drag this tool in and out several times to actually open the hole up a little bit. And then I'll show you getting this set up in a sec. Let me get this tire ready. So you can see the leak is much more free-flowing now. I've ground the tool in and out of the hole several times, giving me a nice hole to push a plug into. So let's get the plug set up here. This might not be great. You might have a nice hissing noise the whole rest of this video until the air leaks out of that tire. Open up your, there it goes, very nice. Open up your tire plugs. Sticky guys they are. Grab one of said plugs. Peel it off its backing paper. Feed it. This part's always a pain in the ass, but feed it through the hole. This is where it's nice to use your pliers sometimes to pull it through. So get a hold of it. Alright, there we go. So then you want to pull it about halfway through. Something like so. Right? And then sometimes it's easier to fold it back, kind of stick it to the stem a little bit, because pushing this down into the tire is not easy. So some of them come with glue that helps the sealing process, but it also works as a lubricant in getting the plug into the tire in the beginning. I don't have that. I'm not going to worry about it right now. It's not necessary to seal. So then it goes in pretty easy. You're just gonna push it down in the hole until you leave yourself, around an inch-ish sticking out, and then give this guy a quick yank and your plugs stay in the hole. And if you didn't have pliers, you'd be all right. Oh, excuse me. You'd be all right, because what you could do here is just leave this, and the road would grind it off. But that's not the way to do it. That's not the right way to do it. The right thing to do then is come back in here with your snips cut these off. Ugh. These snips, oh, we're cut there, okay. And this one. I don't know. Let's get some better snips. I'll be right back. So now, again, what we're going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and use the big home compressor, but in a pinch, I also keep this in my car. I'll show you. And I'll put a link in the description below for this because it's on Amazon, and this is one of the coolest little tools I've ever bought. And I tell you, it's been incredibly convenient to have. And it's not the fastest little compressor in the world, but in a pinch, this thing will get you going again. And I actually had that happen the other day when my tire got plugged. So, sorry for the shitty lighting over here. But you grab this, unplug it, set your pressure. I keep it at 40 in the winter. And then when you screw this under the tire, compressor kicks on, and you're inflated. It's not that quick, of course, but link to this in the description below. This is the Mi. I think the brand is Xiaomi. Chinese brand, I guess. Good little compressor. Super convenient. The battery lasts really long. I did 3 tires with it one day just to see, and it was still going. Just to see if it would fill them up. And it was still going after 3 tires, and I just got bored. It kind of takes forever, but you know, the likelihood of you blowing 3 tires out on the road is low. So if you get a nail in your tire or something like I did, and you need to plug your tire on the side of the road and get some air back in it to get you, at least to a gas station where you can fill it properly, you can put 10 pounds in it in 5 minutes, no big deal. But this will keep you from tearing your rim up on the way. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw some air in this tire. We'll come back in a second, see if it's holding air, and we'll go from there. Throw it back on. All right, so I just finished putting air in it. The compressor handle gauge said 40 PSI. Let's go ahead and check it. It's reading 30-ish. It's enough to put it back on the car and fill it up the rest of the way. As you can see, our lovely plug is holding air just as expected. Let's go ahead and throw this back on the car. Okay, so if you don't have one of these, get one, something along those lines, little electric impact, one of the best tools I've ever bought, swear to gosh. I use it all the time. Of course, I torque wrench things tight, I break them loose with that. That just does the intermediate phase of driving them in and out, but honestly, it's great. But I always use a torque wrench when I'm going back on. At least with my wheels. That's why I keep it in my trunk. I keep it, I know you're not supposed to keep it set, but I keep it set. My car, I run 95 foot-pounds. I don't know if you guys can see this or not. Do the star pattern. Check it. Boom, good to go. And just like that, we've plugged a tire. I'm gonna go ahead and put the car back on the ground, and then I'm gonna use my Xiaomi compressor because I know it's pretty accurate. And I'm gonna go ahead and make sure this tire is topped off to the correct PSI. So, realistically, on the side of the road, all you need is these tools to get yourself going again from a puncture. So a lot of cars nowadays don't come with a spare tire. If you don't have a spare tire, they generally come with run flats. But run flats give an atrocious ride. And if you're into performance driving at all, run flats really just aren't the ideal tire. So what does BMW offer from the factory? Essentially this kit right here. This is not BMW's kit, but something to pull the thing that punctured your tire with, some plugs, the thing to ream the hole out, the insertion tool, and a little compressor. and you're good to go. You know, this will get you moving again. It's a cool little setup, and it's very, very small in form factor, and anybody can have this in their trunk. Link in the description below for this guy. So let's go ahead and top off the tire pressure. So I can even do this one-handed here. So you go ahead and pull the valve stem filler nozzle out. You're going to thread this on. Get on there nice and tight. See, that gauge was accurate too, the one for my trunk, but our compressor handle gauge is a little inaccurate for some reason. You can see I got it set at 40. I'll go ahead and kick it on, and I'll come back and I'll give you an accurate time frame to do 10, 11 psi increase in tire pressure. So let's go ahead and turn this on, and then I'll let you know how long it took. Alright, so it just finished up. It took about 6 minutes to put 10 psi in, which not great, not bad. I mean, again, on the side of the road, this will get you moving and you're good to go. So now our tire is as good as new. I mean, it's a plug tire. It's not perfect, but we're not going to do any track days on this. It's about time to buy new tires anyway. This will hold me over until we put some fresh tires on the car. Alright guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one.